Hello, my name is Tyler and I'm going to show you how to make a paper plane in Blender. Go ahead and open up Blender. When you get here, you're going to be greeted with this whole new thing, this whole new interface, right? So a few things we're going to go over is this right here. This moves your view of the object or wherever your view is at. This zooms in and out, okay? Then this moves your view. So if you move it and then you use this thing to rotate again, that'll rotate around like that invisible dot. There's an invisible dot there. So just try your best to put it back like this. All right, and so from here, we're gonna do a paper plane. So we're gonna delete the cube, and we're gonna bring in a new object by clicking Shift A and clicking plane. We want a plane for this, so when we get the plane in, you click the Z to get a top-down view, and zoom out just a bit like this. Bam. Okay, so from here, we're going to click S, and this is going to scale the plane, but we're only going to scale it by the Y, and as you can see, it's scaling it by the Y, and we're going to make it 11, and then we're going to click Enter. All right, then we're going to click S again for scale, and we're going to click X and click 8.5. There we go, 8.5. So now that we have this, what we're going to do is we're going to look over here, and these are the different type of modes. We have object mode and edit mode, and that's what we're going to use today. We're going to click edit mode, and here's a shortcut. If you click tab on your keyboard, if you're on Mac, it will go into the edit mode, like on and off. Bam. So when you're here, there's three things we can look at, the three different ways you select things. So there's one over here, and this is all the vertices and like dots you see on your object. You can move that or whatever. The second is the lines, so we click on lines. We can move it and do whatever we want to it. And the third is the face of an object, so it would select this whole face of the plane. So from here, we're going to click on the first option, the vertex select. So we're going to click on Command R, and what this did is it brought us to the loop cut tool temporarily. So we're going to make a cut straight in the middle along the y-axis, and as you can see, it's moving the cut any way we want it to, but we don't want that. We want it to be directly in the middle, and the way we do that is we right click. So right click, and it has it right here. And so from here, we're going to take these vertices, the top left and bottom left one, and we're going to dissolve them. So we're going to right click after we select them and click dissolve vertices. Now we just have this right here, and we're going to put in a cube real quick. So click shift, tab, not shift. So once you click tab, you go back into object mode, hold shift A, and then it will bring up this right here. You click mesh and then cube. Now we have a cube right here, and we're going to scale it to 4.25. Bam. Then click enter and click G and move it right here best you can. So from here, we're going to click up here, and this is the wireframe view. So from here, we're going to zoom in, and we're going to line it up best we can. So you click G to move things. So we're just going to look at it, and then bam, enter. Now we have it as our little template. So we're going to go back into edit mode, and from here, we're going to click on the plane. Alright, so now that we have our cube template, we're going to make a cut along here, along this line, right about here. So from here, we're just going to zoom back onto this cube, and we're going to make a cut from the top left to the bottom right of the cube on our plane right here. Make sure you have the plane selected, or else you'd be doing all this to the cube, and we do not want that. So we're going to click K, and it's going to bring us to the knife tool, and we're going to click at the top left, and then go down to the bottom right, and click enter. So from here, we're going to zoom back out and look at this. So this is one side of the plane. We're going to fold it real quickly, and we're going to mirror it, and then we're going to turn it and then make it into a plane. So Let's do that. Okay, so now we need to select the edge select, and we're going to select all these edges by holding shift. So click, 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 click. And let's say you have this one selected, for example. You don't want that, that's bad. You want to select this one right here, and to do that you just click on this one again and click back on it, and now you have this selected. This is important because when we fold it or when we rotate it, it will rotate along the thing we have selected. So if we have this selected, it'll rotate along with that. So we want to have this one selected. So before we do anything, you want to make sure this right here, the orientation, is switched to normal and your pivot point is switched to active element. Normally what it would do is it would do it along the X and Y, Z axis, but we don't want that. We want it to be going along this line. So now that we have that like that, we're just gonna move the view like this so we can see what we're doing, and we're gonna click R, and as you can see, it's not doing what we want. So you just click Y, and now it's folding it like a piece of paper. And so then just do it the best you can, then click, and it has been folded. All right, that looks really good. So from here, we're going to mirror it. So I'm gonna click Z again, and I'm gonna go to this right here, this modifier portion of this section, and I'm gonna click right here and click mirror, and I'm gonna make sure it's along the X axis. Make sure you're not in edit mode, so click back over here and click tab, and now you can apply it. Boom, there we go. All right, so from here, we're making sure we're in the wireframe mode, and we're going to look at it from the top down view. We're gonna select this whole right side. And we're gonna zoom in and make sure we only have that selected. And as you can see, it selected this line too, so we don't want that. So we're gonna hold shift, click on it, and now it's gone. So we're gonna take a look, and it's only on the right side of the plane. So now that we have that all selected, we're going to make sure to click on this line last. So if we have this line selected right here, we want to make sure to click on this one and click on it again, so the rotation will be along that line. So we're going to click R and X, nope, not X, Y, and we're going to rotate it to be like a plane. So we're going to keep on rotating, rotating. We're going to click, and we're going to look at it, see how that is. Okay, we need to go a little bit more. So R and then Y, and then we're going to bring it down. We're going to click. There we go. Now we have our plane folded like this, and we're going to click the Z for the top down view, and we're going to zoom out. All right, so now we're going to click on this line right here, that one, and we're going to click A, and we're going to click R and then Y, and it's going to rotate along this axis, but we want to click 90. After we click on that and click enter. So we're gonna look at it from the X position, and we're gonna add a cut. So click the wireframe mode, and we're gonna add a cut right here, all the way to the end. So now it's a solid line on this, and then we're gonna do the same for the other side. So we're gonna click K, click right here, and then go all the way to the end, and then enter. There we go. So now we can fold this side of the plane. So click solid mode. All right, and then click R, Y, and then 90. Enter. And then on the other wing, select them. Remember to get this one to be selected last, and then R, Y, and then -90. All right, well there you go. That's how you make a paper plane in Blender 2.8.